I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little upset. You were in Jacksonville last week and you got them all fired up, SVP.
Well,
why can't we get you out here to Arrowhead to fire up the KC crowd?
If you ask, it's a family thing. My wife's from Jacksonville. They made a request. I mean, you know some people. You want me to bang on the drum? I'll do it. They never asked. That's all I'm saying.
Here we go. You're right. But I'll tell you what, this Lions team, man, hats off to them. A short week for us at least, and it's always tough, man. But we know the Dan Campbell's kind of toughness. It's ingrained in that defense and that offense, and we were fired up to get to experience that challenge this week. And Coach Reed did a great job of getting these guys ready, and we went out there and put up a 30 ball on that defense, and that's not an easy thing to do, man.
When I spoke with Joe and Troy after the game Monday, which I do every Monday Night Football, and I looked at the stat sheet, and you all had 13 penalties. I couldn't believe it. You had none tonight. How much of a focus was it, Travis, to just clean up the things that you all are in control of?
Yeah, I mean, penalties and turnovers are going to ruin you in this league, man, and everybody knows it's no secret. And it was a bit embarrassing seeing how many flags we had last week. So it was a huge focus point this week, and I can't tell you how proud I am of these guys, both offense, defense, special teams especially. Finding a way to get the job done and doing it within the framework of the game, man.
You all get Rasheed back next week, and you all are back to 3-3. Reports of your demise greatly exaggerated. How would you sort of describe, Travis, what the focus of your group is with the coming weeks ahead of your bye, and sort of where you feel like you are now with the understanding you got a lot of runway ahead of you?
I mean, the thing is, in this building, man, you get challenged every single week, so you don't really pay attention to the record. You don't pay attention to who you got next. It's all based on it's all based on the now. And I think Coach Reed does a great job of challenging us week in, week out to get ready for that opponent. And I'm just excited to get my guy Rasheed back in the building. What he means as a player, as a person, and to this community, man. We missed having him out here on the field for the first couple games this year, but I'm excited to get him back out there. And I mean, if we're putting up 30 balls without him out there, it's gonna get rocking and rolling when he gets back out.
What'd your defense do best in the second half of this game? Because as great as that Dan Campbell-led group is on the defensive side, that offense it's so versatile. They got so many options, so many weapons. So what's the thing that you feel like that group did best tonight?
Our defense, Spags, does a great job of challenging these guys and making the corrections. And I think it starts with that core group inside, the linebackers, Nick Bolton, Drew Tranquil, guys like Leo Chenal, man. Those guys kind of rally around the D-line and the DBs and get on the same page. And it looked like they were playing real sound defense and just flying around. It looked like they kind of had a tick on where the ball was going there in the second half. And that's just, that's great coaching and guys being alert and locked into their keys and stuff, man, and just playing their tail off, man. And when we play all four quarters with toughness and energy and alertness and that kind of fuel and that kind of fire, man, we know we're a tough team to beat.
Yeah, absolutely. And you guys are still the measuring stick that everybody's going to judge themselves against. And, we're going to be out there in a couple of weeks for Monday Night Football. I look forward to that. But I'm realizing saying baby. I'll bang on that drum. If I do that, I'll never be allowed to come back home to Washington where I'm from. So I don't know if I can do it. I'm just going to keep my head down, try to do my job, lean on your brother, let him be great, carry me for a couple of hours and not bother anybody. Is that fair? Is that a deal?
Listen, that's what Jason does, baby. Just follow his footsteps. I've been following him my whole life, man. Just follow his footsteps. You'll be good to go.
No doubt. Hey,
can't wait to see you out here.
Thanks for taking the time. We'll see you in a couple weeks for Monday Night Football. Congrats on the dub tonight, and I appreciate you always, man. Thank you.
All right, SVP, you're the best, baby.
He understands the game, and he does a great job. And the great thing about this offense is it can come from everywhere. Obviously, Hollywood, Taekwon's had big games, Xavier's had big games, Travis, obviously, other guys, and then now we're getting Rasheed back. And so it's all about building depth. I think Veach has done a great job with that. And those guys love each other. That receiving room, they love each other, and they want each other to do good. And so when you have that mindset as a whole room, you can have a lot of success. Yeah, no, we knew we had to have an aggressive mindset. They have an aggressive mindset as a team, and Coach Reed came in with the right mindset. We had talked about different plays that we liked, and other than 1 4th down, I thought we did a great job of executing at the right time. And so when Coach believes in us, man, it gives us more of a belief in ourselves, and guys made it happen, and we were able to get, I think there's like 2 or 3 of those 4th downs.
You mentioned you had some plays you liked. How did that play come about, and just how did it unfold on the field?
Yeah, I mean, we knew what coverages we could expect in that type of situations, and Xavier did a great job of winning one-on-one. And there was more options on the play, but whenever your first option is Xavier and he wins immediately and gets a touchdown, I mean, that's the type of guy he is. If he's in man coverage, he can win and get that open. And so it went from being a tightly contested throw to me kind of just lobbing it out there and letting him get in the end zone. I mean, he came here to do what he did today. I mean, go out there and go up against one of the premier pass rushers in the league and handle his own. And so that speaks to his professionalism, getting better and better through work throughout the week and being prepared to play at any moment. And he went out there and showcased the type of player that he is.
Talk about all those pieces that were brought in. It takes time for everything to gel. How do you guard against being patient, not getting frustrated, and expecting that eventually it's going to be on?
Yeah, I mean, you could see it. You see spurts here and there throughout the beginning of the season of guys excelling. And, I mean, obviously you don't want injuries, but, I mean, it threw Hollywood and Taekwon in big moments and where they had to really progress even faster than we could expect, kind of like with Xavier the year before and Rashid the year before that. And so now that we're adding those guys back, they all have the confidence that they can win their matchups and know how to work within the offense. And so it makes my job a lot easier. And when those guys up front are blocking like that, I have weapons everywhere that I can throw the football.
You scored at the end of the first half and then at the beginning of the second. How big was that?
Yeah, no, it was huge. I mean, I think we learned from last week. Last week we got the ball out of half and we went 3 and out quickly, and it kind of gave the momentum back to the Jaguars. So we were very emphasizing in the locker room we need to go out there and score and put the momentum back in our favor. And we were able to do that. And we got backed up and we didn't get going the way we wanted to. But it was important to get that lead back and get the momentum and get Arrowhead especially, get the crowd going because it makes it difficult for that offense, any other offense, to go out there and do work.
The Kansas City Chiefs and Detroit Lions clashed in a huge brawl as time expired on Sunday Night Football at Arrowhead Stadium. Thanks to a solid performance from both the offense and defense, the Chiefs secured a 30-17 win over the Lions, who might feel aggrieved by officiating. However, things turned ugly after the game, which was watched by Taylor Swift and Caitlin Clark, ended. The fight appeared to start moments after the Chiefs lined up in victory formation and sealed the victory. Lions safety Brian Branch, clearly frustrated by Chiefs receiver Juju Smith-Schuster, walked past Kareem Hunt and Patrick Mahomes, who was trying to shake his hand as both the running back and quarterback tried to calm him down. As Smith-Schuster held his hand out to be shook, Branch punched the Chiefs star in the helmet, sending him to the floor. The receiver reacted furiously. He sprinted back to Branch, who was being ushered away by Hunt, and punched him back. Branch then grabbed Smith-Schuster by the face mask and threw the receiver to the turf again, only to fall himself while the likes of Trent McDuffie and Mahomes desperately attempted to break the fight up. The two men continued to fight on the turf as Chiefs and Lions players tried to intervene. While Mike Tirico referred to the clash as a pretty significant brawl, NBC commentator Chris Collinsworth said Brian Branch was involved in something. There was a little exchange and people came running. The league's going to take action on that one against Branch. The fight saw the entire rosters of both teams get involved in ugly scenes that marred the win for the Chiefs. Smith-Schuster had a towel over his nose as he made his way back to the locker room, suggesting he came off slightly worse for wear than Branch. Addressing the scuffle after the game, Mahomes told NBC, "We play the game in between the whistles. They can do all the extracurricular stuff they want to do, but we play the game in between the whistles. We thought we played a great game today, and we'll keep this momentum moving forward." The Chiefs secured the win thanks to a stellar performance by Mahomes, who dissected the Detroit defense at will with 22 of 30 completions for 257 yards and 3 touchdowns. He found Hollywood Brown twice in the end zone. Mahomes threw for 3 touchdowns without an interception and rushed for 1 score himself. He also completed 22 of his 30 passes for 257 yards. However, what was supposed to be a joyful post-game moment for the Chiefs turned ugly as tempers flared and punches were thrown. The scuffle appeared to have started after Lions safety Brian Branch slapped Chiefs wideout Juju Smith-Schuster in the helmet. Isaiah Pacheco quickly held back and pulled Branch away, but Schuster opted to retaliate. Prior to the fight, Branch was seen snubbing Mahomes, who attempted to shake his hand and dap him up. As the broadcaster noted, it seemed Smith-Schuster saw what happened and took issue with it, as he was seen saying something toward the Lions veteran. For what it's worth, after witnessing the fight break out, Mahomes quickly headed to midfield to help prevent the incident from further escalating. It's not clear if Branch's gesture toward Mahomes was what really prompted the conflict, but regardless, both teams can expect disciplinary action from the NFL. It's worth noting that the league takes violence seriously and has previously stated before that those involved in fights will face significant fines. Meanwhile, it was a frustrating loss for the Lions. The defense couldn't get anything going, calls didn't go their way, and Amon-Ra St. Brown was somewhat bottled up. The 3-3 Chiefs are next in action against the Las Vegas Raiders at Arrowhead on Sunday, October 19th. The 4-2 Lions will take on Baker Mayfield's high-flying 5-1 Tampa Bay Buccaneers on Monday Night Football on October 20th.